What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today I will be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog. So without further ado, let's get into it. The character development in this movie is surprisingly pretty good. Now, you really do understand that Sonic was abandoned on Earth. He was forced to leave his home because he has this power which all of his enemies want to have. And we see that he's a very lonely character. He doesn't have any friends. He often talks to himself. And he does feel that he is alone in the world. And that's when he meets Tom Wachowski, who is just a local town sheriff, and the two have quite a strong bond. And honestly, the development of the characters in this film is pretty good. They all go through a story arc and they go through it really well. So I would give the character development a 7 out of 10 because surprisingly, and I have to keep saying surprisingly, the development of Sonic was actually very good. Performances in this film are also very strong. Ben Schwartz as Sonic and James Marsden as Tom Wachowski share a really good friendship on screen, and they have quite a lot of humorous moments together, as well as a few emotional moments. However, the standout performance is Jim Carrey. He is well suited for the role of Dr. Eggman, and surprisingly, he made me laugh quite a lot, and you could tell he was having a really great time filming it. So the performances get an 8 out of 10 because all involved were very suited to their roles. The effects were also something which were very well done in this film. Now, in terms of the CGI, they're quite cartoony effects. However, I actually think it suits this movie. This movie is quite cartoony in itself, so it just makes sense that they would have cartoony effects. And I remember when the first trailer for this film came out and everyone was going mental about the design of Sonic. Honestly, I think that this design works really well that they've got him in. It's a lot better than the ones shown in the first trailer. So the effects are going to get a 7 out of 10 because they are quite cartoony at times. However, it does fit the style of the film. Now, as for the story and writing, it follows a bog standard road trip storyline in which two characters who are very different have to kind of bond whilst going to a specific location. I honestly don't mind that. Storylines like this work if the characters share a good friendship on screen, and Sonic and Tom really do, so I think that's what makes this film works. As I've already said, Dr. Eggman is a great villain. He's a very funny villain, and probably the funniest moments in this film are down to him. So the story and writing, it can be a bit stereotypical at times. You kind of know where it's going. However, it's quite enjoyable to watch. So the story and writing gets a 7 out of 10 because it might be very stereotypical, although it's still enjoyable. Now, for this film's special recognition, I'm going to have to talk about how this film really did exceed my expectations. Because when this film's first trailer was released, and because of all the problems with the Sonic designs, as well as the fact that this is a video game adaptation, everyone thought this was going to be the biggest flop of 2020. Although, it's actually made a lot of money at the box office. Loads of fans seem to be happy with it, and actually critics even seem to quite enjoy the film as well. I'm not a Sonic fan, so I really didn't know what to expect going in to see this film. However, I was quite surprised. I found it an enjoyable film. It's not trying to be this massive, complex film. It's a simple story. However, sometimes simple is not that bad, and I actually enjoyed this film. And I would happily go and see a sequel if they made one. So the special recognition gets a 6 out of 10 because it went above and beyond my expectations. So in conclusion, Sonic the Hedgehog has a very stereotypical plot. However, it is the performances, style and tone which make this film a success. And that is why Sonic the Hedgehog gets a very well-deserved 35 out of 50, which gives it a grade 3 ranking. This film was enjoyable, and sometimes that is what is the most important. So thanks for watching guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed my Sonic the Hedgehog movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future, and me and Bruce will see you in the next one. See ya!